Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Monday Night Raw Review. I'm your host, the Invincible E. Vincent. Brought to you, by the way, by UnifiedWrestling.com. Every wrestler, all belts, one ring. Now, tonight's Monday Night Raw started off with Kane coming out, talking about how he still wants John Cena to embrace the hate. He tells the whole crowd that whether they realize it or not, they've already embraced the hate. Whether they're truthful with themselves about it or not, they're actually hypocrites because they actually hate their spouses, they hate their bosses, they hate their children, they hate their dogs, their cats. They pretty much hate everything. They root for underdogs like Zack Ryder, but because they live vicariously through him. But deep inside, they know it's all a lie. As he's going through his diatribe, his rant, John Cena comes out, runs out to the middle of the ring, starts fighting with Kane. They fight their way out of the ring area, out of the building, onto the loading dock. They battle back and forth on the loading dock. John Cena hits Kane in the leg with the crowbar. Kane hits him again, knocks him down. When John Cena pops back up, Kane has actually disappeared. Good high energy way to start the show. Now following that, they had the first match, which was a tag match between Sheamus and Santino Marella versus Wade Barrett and Jinder Mahal. This match went back and forth a little bit. Sheamus and Santino wound up getting the win. Sheamus hit Jinder Mahal with a brogue kick, and Santino followed up with a Cobra Strike and a pin. Now, following that, the first 2012 WWE Hall of Fame inductee was announced, and it's Edge, who retired recently due to his neck injury. So that's going to be good. And later in the evening, they announced another inductee. Now, following this, we had match number 2, which was Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, again, this was a pretty short match. Daniel Bryan actually won with a label lock against Kofi Kingston. Now, after this match, the Big Show comes out. Daniel Bryan, before Big Show says anything, because the Big Show is still upset about what happened on SmackDown, where Daniel Bryan, when he was getting his hat handed to him, went outside of the ring and provoked Mark Henry to put hands on Daniel Bryan, which in turn caused the disqualification. And everybody knows the belt can't change hands if there's disqualification. Now, Daniel Bryan cut off Big Show before he said anything, and he said that he really hated the way that the match ended, and he wanted to give Big Show a chance for a rematch anytime he wanted. And the Big Show was like, I'm glad you said that, because Teddy Long had set a match for this week's SmackDown that's going to be a rematch, but this time it's going to be no disqualifications and also no countout. So, whether Mark Henry gets involved or not, it's not going to do any good. Now, following that, we had match number 3. This was Disco Broadus. Brodus Clay versus Kurt Hawkins. Brodus Clay came out, dancing girls. He had a bright red suit on, came out, danced all the way to the ring, danced in the ring. It's a big disco theme. They call him the Funkasaurus. I don't know what they're gonna do with this this setup. I guess maybe they felt like they had too many unstoppable monsters like Kane walking around and Mark Henry walking around, and so maybe they're just changing it up. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Disco Broadus. He was playing it up like a pro, so. I guess he's got to work with whatever they give him. It could have been his idea. Who knows at this point? But we'll see what happens. All I know is this. Stone Cold started out as the ringmaster. Triple H used to curtsy when he came in every time. So, it's what I guess it's going to be what he makes out of it. We'll see what happens. Now, following that, we had... by the way, Brodus Clay won the match. Kurt Hawkins folded up like a deck chair. Again, and the entrance by Brodus Clay was actually longer than the actual match, so there you go. Good to see Brodus Clay back. I just didn't expect this, but we'll see what happens. Following that, we had match number 4, which was Jack Swagger versus CM Punk. Now, before the match started, John Laurinaitis comes out, and he says that if CM Punk beats Jack Swagger tonight, Jack Swagger and Vicky will be banned from ringside at the championship match at Royal Rumble. Now, CM Punk did wind up winning this match with a flying elbow, Macho Man Randy Savage style. Now, it looked as though Jack Swagger had kicked out, and it looked like CM Punk thought Jack Swagger kicked out in time because CM Punk was immediately getting ready to put on an Anaconda Vice. But the ref called it that the match was over. So, and when they replayed it, it looked like Jack Swagger had popped up before the actual third count. So, don't know if this is a little bit of screwjob-esque shenanigans or not. We'll see if this comes to play later or if this was just sort of a show flub by the referee calling it early. Moving on, the second inductee was announced for the 2012 class for the WWE Hall of Fame, and this is actually the Four Horsemen. That's Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and Barry Windham. So it's good that it seems like they actually should have been inducted a long time ago, but better late than never. So again, that's good to see. Following that, we had previously to this, The Miz had been going around to wrestler after wrestler after wrestler this evening, trying to find somebody to either back him up or guard his back while basically to keep R-Truth off his back. He finally wound down to coming to Ricardo Rodriguez and saying that he wanted Ricardo Rodriguez to get into the ring and taunt R-Truth so that R-Truth would come out and attack Ricardo, and then The Miz would get him. That's a terrible plan. Go ahead and taunt the crazy black man. Do that. It's a good idea. Ricardo goes ahead and does it because Miz says he's going to beat up on him if he doesn't. Following a stirring rendition of La Cucaracha, Ricardo smacks the mic out of R-Truth's hands. R-Truth follows with a nice face buster for Ricardo. This is the Miz's chance to strike. He jumps in, tries to fight it out with R-Truth. Sort of gets his hat handed to him, and he winds up the Miz winds up running out into the crowd, or not into the crowd, but away from the ring, out of actually towards that back patio area. But anyway, following that, we had the return of Y2J again. Chris Jericho came in again this week for the second week in a row. Plays to the crowd, gets everybody wound up and everything, gets into the middle of the ring, and becomes overwhelmed with emotion. Looks like he's going to tear up and cry, and he's so overwhelmed that he just can't say any words again. And he gets back out of the ring, and he's just so and he leaves. He's awesome. Master of puppets. Just yanking people by the nostalgia strings. It's great. Now, following this, we had the next match, which was supposed to be a Divas match. Eve came out to the ring, and they announced her after she came out to the ring. Kane's music comes on. Now, Eve doesn't want to go toe-to-toe with Kane. She gets scared. She gets out of the ring. Zack Ryder runs out, grabs her by the hand, takes her out to his car because he's going to drive her away to safety, but his tire is destroyed. Now, he puts her in the car, goes to start fixing the tire, starts taking the lug nuts off without jacking up the car first. Don't do that. After they come back from commercial, he's still working on the car, but they go to the next match, which is John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, as the match is progressing, up on the Jumbotron, or actually the Titantron, they're showing the footage of Zack Ryder getting attacked by Kane. John Cena goes to run out. Dolph Ziggler still jumps on his back. John Cena shrugs him off onto the metal stairs, runs out to the back patio area where Zack Ryder's actually already eaten a choke slam. John Cena it goes toe-to-toe with Kane. Doesn't last very long. Kane grabs him by the face and pretty much suffocates him with the hands across the mouth and nose. And John Cena goes down. And the final scene shows Zack Ryder laid out on a couple of pallets, and John Cena just choked out, not moving. And that's where it ends. Now, the only question I have is, did Eve have the presence of mind to get the hell out of there and run away? I don't know. But that's where the show ended, and that's where we'll end it for tonight. Be sure to go ahead and check the Thursday night show for TNA Impact Wrestling. And for myself, the Invincible E. Vincent, take care and enjoy the rest of your week.